All right, well, welcome. This, as you may know, is the presentation of the meat for the third annual Irwin RibOff, which will occur this coming Saturday. Before we begin, it has been the ceremony here to reveal the artwork for the RibOff and the year that in fact it's occurring in. If you'll direct your attention to the right here, you will see that we have the first annual RibOff. It was just an idea with the phrase "like my rack," and then the second year we went a little more sophisticated. We found a succubus and we put it on the front of the poster, and the coin phrase was "Who got the baddest bone?" And as you will know, that the day of the RibOff, people will sign this, and I believe the winner gets the winner gets a copy of the artwork free and clear as the winner, and then another piece of the artwork will in fact be kept here in posterity.
At the Irwin.
There was a younger man that was, kind of doing a little hump on the poster, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that correct?
Okay.
So eventually these be at the Getty.
He was
Yes.
like
He was masturbating on the poster.
He was overstimulated.
Okay.
overstimulated.
No
Okay.
judgment.
So, without further ado, I think we're going to reveal the artwork for this
Already?
year.
Wow.
Yes.
Drum
No,
roll.
don't have to be
Anyone.
scared.
I'm excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
That's the Princess of Cork. Time to get your rib off.
That's great. It's time to get your rib off.
Receive a packet with 3 slabs in them. 1.5 of those slabs will go towards judging. The other half and a slab will go towards the public. Now, I also have 4 additional packets of 3 slabs each that I would like for volunteers to take on and make for the general public.
I didn't compete last year, but I competed the first year, and I remember, for finishing in the kitchen with your sauces and stuff like that, everyone has to sort of work together with burner time in there and just kind of cooperation in terms of knowing how much time you need on the stovetop and. Yeah.
Well, the oven is essentially not going to be available.
No, just the top, the stovetop.
The stovetop can be made available when
Right.
people bring
Finishing your ribs on your own gear, right?
Chronology of this, so everyone knows what they need to be doing, etc. So you're going to get your meat tonight, and you take it home, and you do what you want with it, and you may cook it at home and bring it over here, or you may bring equipment over here on Saturday morning starting at 10 a.m. Set up a place here.
9, 10.
9 or 10.
Whatever
Set
the
up a
cookie.
place anywhere on the environment,
Parade of smokers.
and the parade of smokers happens. At 4 o'clock, the ribs are delivered to us on platter over on the side of the house, where we will be numbering them, plating them, decorating them ever so slightly in a uniform manner. And then there'll be a giant table along here, and each of them is set out with a number underneath it. The judges take a half an hour or so to go get it. A half an hour or so to judge the ribs, and then the ballots are collected. At that point, Zibby and I and Carlos will go up to the accountant's office, and we will make the master judging, and we will then come down at some point and gather the people. As I said, there's about 70 people, possibly more, and we will announce the decision. But prior to that, we will introduce each of the judges in regard to their number. Like whoever was position number 1, we will invite to come up, talk briefly about their recipe, because each of the judges is then going to say, I like number 1, I like that. Who did that? Oh, what was in it? It was tamarind, it was
We will introduce each of the cooks.
Each of the cooks, sorry, chefs. And then we'll do number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and possibly 9.
Really?
And at that point, we will then start talking about who was 9th, who was 8th, who was 7th, who is 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd, and 1st, and we'll set it up, and then the winner will be announced.
Yeah.
Another
If you
judge.
can't eat
so
9
invited.
ribs, you might not want to be a judge, for Christ's sakes.
Wait, don't be judgmental.
I mean, why?
Speaking
Well,
of
fucking
judging,
A, it's pork ribs, for God's sakes. You can't eat 9 friggin' ribs? I can eat 30 ribs.
Blair.
I'm just saying.
He's starting already.
when you go to
It just never
so
ends.
competitive.
Well, no, it's, huh?
Maybe chefs cannot be judges
Well, for obvious reasons.
for obvious reasons.
So it's pretty simple. It should be an awful lot of fun.
Can you sleep with a judge?
No, but I can. So,
The Queen of Pork.
Queen of Pork can give you a
Princess
vote.
of pork,
Actually, that's-
queen of...
so that's
part of her duties.
Here's the deal.
That's part of her
I-
duties,
Yeah.
and that's
Those
I
are
think
the
I
it's
missed
like
out on that
third
last.
place prize, right?
Third place prize is you,
You get a night with Zibby.
not a night,
Third
a
place.
hand job. It takes 10 minutes max.
So I'm shooting for 3rd this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
It was true.
I can get my own Jack Daniels, so I don't know about a handy from Zip.
That I was the winner because you fell. My question is that
español.
I heard, yo escuché rumores.
There are
Because her
rumors.
husband
There are
is
rumors that cause her great pain.
Yes,
That her husband, because he was part of the committee of the RibOff, allowed her to win.
I don't
Well,
know.
let me just suggest the last, the winners of the first 2 years, they have been controversial.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's the nature of the game, isn't it?
You know, there's been controversial victories.
And the winner of the first year?
Was
Boyer
Boyer
won first
highly
one.
controversial.
He wasn't even here.
Because
Actually, it's probably emotional, isn't it?
Two of them.
Steve, would you like to say anything?
Well, you know, this is always a very, very special time in the day of the presentation. The meat.
It's kind of emotional.
The meat is actually removed from the freezer, handled with bare hands. Please note, no gloves. And the meat is handed to a contestant, in this case through his wife. So Tom, if you submit that through Joan, enjoy your meat.
Welcome to RibOff
Touch it
2010. Best wishes.
happy anniversary!
Feel that meat, Ted.
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we present
This is their
I don't know when I felt like this. It's an honor and a privilege to be at the RibOff, to be invited and to be a part of this remarkable event, which will go down in history, I think. And I'm looking forward for the cookbook. That's a way to make some money.
He looks good with ribs in his arms, doesn't
Yeah.
he, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes!
I mean, you know, Tom dropped $300 on ribs to hand out to people. So, and the judges, when they buy a scorecard, $10, pay some of it back, but there's money involved. And we haven't talked about the one aspect of it that we did last year, and that is the wagering.
Are there,
Unknown.
so I'll have smaller odds? Are there
Well,
any
you'll
reasons
have an, you know,
Not necessarily. Will people learn your history?
your Texas
your background?
pedigree, maybe.
I voted for you the first year. So I
Marie's
decided.
upset that it wasn't acknowledged that she gave the smoker to Boyer. Of course, he was asleep, but it was a different story.
Yeah,
He was not asleep.
Oh, well, I was blacked out. It's a different thing. It's a walking death. It's a zombie-like state.
Yeah, but you were sweating and everything. I was
I
worried.
know, it's crazy. I'm good at that. You know, you can't
And
tell.
how about the eyes?
But blank behind the eyes.
You should lay odds on that. Just what shape will Warrior be in by the end of the evening?
That's
Yeah.
But it's not good for the image of the event. You know, this event is getting like better and bigger, and I
Image.
think
What is the St. Louis cut? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
that's bullshit.
And you said the St. Louis cut is the extra meat
Is
flap.
the additional 4 ribs on the end of a cut of rack of ribs
Right.
that distinguishes baby back
Okay,
to short rib.
but
If
but
you
you're
had to
saying
go-
you discard those? Aren't those the meatiest ones?
I won't be presenting those
Why?
because they're
Question.
harder to cook. They're more.
You have to be sober. What?
Why were using
Enough said.
that?
I'm not giving away.
But here's the thing, yeah.
if you
this
don't know
is
the
your
difference, then
method.
the hell with you. Yeah.
And not
what's-
only that, but right now the competition has already begun. So whatever you're delivering isn't even necessarily to be trusted. So you do what you're gonna do.
It's like Survivor.
The queen of meat is spoken.
It is like Survivor.
Yeah.
Would you like to say a few words?
I'm not sure what to say exactly. I got Matt's ribs, Mike's ribs, Mark's ribs, my ribs,
Yeah, did you cook some extras?
and a couple extras.
Blake, do you want an extra?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or no?
I'm not gonna have room
That's
for
cool.
three.
Christ.
For 3.
Give these to
I got the
Blake.
size that you got.
Oh, crap.
That's Boyer's.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, buddy. Oh, I just shit myself a little bit.
No. We will.
Here
Boyer,
we
you
go.
don't have to. Walt will.
Well, the games begin.
There we are. Well done. Now, you're going to cook here, no platter needed. You're cooking here, no platter needed. Maureen, I got the platters here. Ted is cooking here.
Yeah, but you're taking his ribs for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Well, here we are at the Irwin 3rd annual cook-off. It's my 2nd year. Last year I didn't finish last, and that's what I was going for. Same thing this year. I'm going for somewhere middle of the road, somewhere above, going for 6th or 7th.
Shitloads.
It's a pleasure to be back for the 3rd annual. Some esteemed fellow cooks this year.
All about ribs.
Noted absence of one of our fallen fellows. Wish him well today. Beautiful day for it. Just waiting for the girls in bikinis to show up. Yes!
I feel good. It's a beautiful day. My ribs are done, I think.
Boy! Well, I just follow them around. Good to be seen.
Open invitation.
Grateful to be here as a competitor and excited to see what the rest of the competition brings to the table.
It's getting close to the time. Pull them off.
How do you feel about your ribs this year?
Oh, pretty good. They're going to be good. I don't know if they'll win, but they're going to be good. Take a look.
Tom, you want to say something about your ribs?
I don't.
Anything special this year?
None. Nothing.
Are they going to be done?
That's a very good question. That's my biggest concern right now. I'm not sure if they're going to be done or not.
What, the food?
Yes. I've got a time
I remember
constraint.
you were crazy about it last year.
Well, I know, and I haven't gotten it down.
It is an issue, yeah.
I only cook ribs once a year.
Oh, okay.
And so I got 45 minutes.
Well, we're having a wonderful day today. It couldn't have been a more beautiful day, that's for sure. 9 chefs, that's the most we've ever had. I think the judge count now is about 12, 13, 14, something like that. Great era competition here. We've got a silver Boyer, which is unique, that's for sure. And a beautiful Princess of Pork. It'll be fun.
Start with this guy and that guy over there.
Everyone worries about time. And that's part of it. You got to be on time. And people have basically had since Tuesday night to get up the goddamn thing. So what do you do? Cheers.
And I just want to say that I'm really honored to be here. Like, first of all, hi Mom, hi Dad, thank you Jesus. And no, I mean, it's really exciting. I mean, you can feel the tension, you can smell the smoke.
Oh, nice.
Walt's in.
Walt's in. That's the earliest I think we've ever had anyone in.
Chefs are
You
late.
know the rules.
There's 3 chefs
Oh, no,
missing.
no. Listen, we
They know
already
the
talked
rules.
about that. I know Maureen's going to be here. I think they're all going to be here on time. I'm not worried about that. If a chef is cooking off premises and they don't make it, they're disqualified.
I'm sorry. Duty's called.
Well, it's pussy. It's just
We never
something's going
saw
on.
concern.
There's some weakness in character, lack of discipline. I don't know. Planning, forethought, traffic coordination. I don't know what it is, but they're shirking their responsibilities and their commitments. So what's that all about? Thank you, honey.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No idea what he's doing.
260.
Keep that. Tom?
I'm gonna.
$260, 26 judges. Bring it over.
Just turn it on.
Desire of all chefs who cooked off premises to be here on time.
Where you are. When they are. She's like, they're on the bigger and better. Which I had to do.
I think I'm bringing up the rear. I think I'm in.
Already presented. These are just the...
There's a new show on
10 seconds!
I
feel all right about it. I mean, it's like, you know, when the ribs are done, the ribs are done. Made the best bone stand alone. That's what I say.
What's it from? Oh, Mark has it. Yeah. Mark bought it.
Yeah, I wanted to do as much at home as possible because I remember it's like sort of chaos, you know. So that was the plan, and we were going over cold water. It was a little slow on Sunset. We got here. I was ready to actually start cutting in the back of my wife's SUV, you know, going down, you know, San Vicente. But it all worked out, you know.
Excellent. Well, she's Queen of Pork now.
Hi.
Hello, Princess.
Hi, Joan.
How are you?
Good.
Wow.
It gives me a great pleasure to present to you the ribs that have been cooked by the 9 chefs this year at the 3rd annual Irwin RibOff. And before we go any further, let's not forget that this is a celebration of Tom Irwin's birthday. Shall we begin? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so I'm very pleased to state that we have more judges than we've ever had in the past. And for those of you that haven't been here before, what's going to happen is those of you that have a ballot, you've paid for that ballot. The money that you paid goes to pay the cost of the actual ribs and the cost of the party to help towards offset that. And so what we're going to do now is ask the judges, without any sort of a giant clamor, to carefully go on your ballot, taste each of the ribs. There should be enough that have been cut individually for each of you. Plates are on the table in the other room. You can go and get them. There's also napkins in there. You'll have about a half an hour or so to do this. No need to rush. You'll have plenty of time. And as you see on the ballots, we have 3 categories. The first is flavor, your discretion in regard to how each of them compares to each other as a flavor. Second, a tenderness, if in fact that's important to you. And finally, the judge's discretion, what you think is theoretically the best rib. When you are done, find the Queen of Pork, and she will in fact take your ballot. So without further ado, enjoy, judges.
Put them on a plate.
Oh yeah, judges.
Sadie. I know, right? This is like a movie.
So, worst is over for us. We've done it. We've plated them. And very exciting. I mean, we got lots of judges. We got lots of ribs. Tom, not happy. Did you hear him? Talk to him. He's not happy.
Start doing shots. Drink more. Just pop a couple shots and forget about it. The idea that you were even invited or allowed to participate in an event like this says a lot about you. Tom wouldn't have allowed you in if there wasn't something in there.
There's a couple that weren't that tender, but they're tasty. Fantastic. Really good.
Number 2 is spicy. I don't like spicy.
Delicious. I just had one go right off the bone. I picked it up off the platter. The bone is still
So far,
in the platter.
they're all very tender. There was a disappointing first one. Actually, getting steadily better.
3 at a time, and then seeing, you know, out of 1 out of 3, which one do I like the best. And I'm really impressed right now. I think I found someone that I really like. And number 3.
What I think was what I want to do is like vote for Tom, but I can't do that. But I want to. It's his birthday. But so far, all of them have been really tender, and that's what I'm judging on more than anything. And my mouth is burning right now from number 2, so number 2 is pretty spicy.
Got a clear front runner, but I want to try to keep my emotions down for the rest so I can give everybody a fair trial, you know?
So far, so good. It's going to be really tough. We're going to have to working my way down. So I don't know. I may have started too high, and I'm going to have to find a way to derate something.
I do think this year the winners are clearer cut. At least those in the lead to me are clearer cut this year. Last year bunched together.
My nose is running.
2 groups.
My nose is running.
This year I think it was a
They're
couple
really
of
good. You can't start judging until you get further into it, though, because your tastes change.
And we're very happy to be participating again this year. Here's my partner in crime, in court crime, Jalmar Castaneda.
I went with a chili rub coffee espresso chocolate
letter type of
rib.
Yeah. Number 7 is something very unique about the sauce. It was very tender, but all of them are pretty good on the tenderness level.
This is the hardest $10 I've ever paid in my life. I'm full of rib.
Well, it's complicated. My strategy
really
was
clear
to,
to me, I thought.
I was going to try them all and make notes. And then at the end of it all, I was going to give myself one more rib. I was going to allow myself to go back for one rib, and the rib that I decided to want was the rib that I wanted
Clearly, I
winner.
could only taste each rib. I couldn't complete it unless I wanted to as well, but absolutely delicious. And every single one had a distinctive flavor, and some of them really different from anything I'd ever tasted, but every single one was delicious.
You going upstairs to count?
Any of the ribs?
I don't eat meat. How many times do I have to tell you guys this?
List of who was what number in my pocket, but I have no idea who they were. With 9 of them, they were coming. I haven't looked at it since we completed it, so it's very, very exciting.
Okay. These are so gross.
I know, you got sticky fingers.
8.
I'm sorry, what am I doing? 9. We have a ballot that has inexplicably ranked 10 chefs. We only have 9. We have made a determination amongst us. Do we all in fact agree?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to disqualify the ballot. And
Can you say it's Clark's ballot?
I guess we already did. 20, 24, 22, 24, 22.
26, 19, 14, 26, 22, 21, 19.
22, 21, 19, 30, 22, 25. This is, you know, with 25 judges, 26 judges, and 9 chefs, the matrix of ballots was significant, and I would like to assure you that we took our time and made sure that we came up with the correct tabulations. So what I would like to do to begin with, as we have done before, is I would like to now introduce each chef to his number or her number and have them explain momentarily what their recipe was, so that those of you who voted would correspond to what was eaten here, and you'd have an idea what it was made. So, the first, the chef number 1 was Matt. Matt,
all right,
could you come forward, please?
It's kind of a dry rub situation on the ribs, and then I braised them with some white wine and some herbs and some honey and some
Blake.
Yes, hello.
Your recipe, sir.
My recipe,
and then
halfway between a rub and sauce.
And then I reduced all the liquid from that into plants, and then finished them on
tomato
the
base, lots of fresh ground chilies and peppers, ancho, chili puya,
few more here and there, a little brown sugar, paste it on.
The
roll it
roses need
into
to
the
be
cook,
trimmed.
and let it-
There's
let
no,
it go.
you know.
There are children. Congratulations. Tell us what you
gotta
did.
cut. Oh, okay. I did a brine for about 10 hours. Then I did a dry rub for about 10 hours. Then I did a little bit of. I did a little.
Takes that long now.
I did a little bit of a slow
This year
roast
we
in the oven.
decided to go to another country. And we decided to go to a country where
I believe I came over here this morning.
Yes.
So we decided
And did a
to
little
make
smoking.
a traditional asado
Congratulations.
with parsley, garlic, wine. And my partner here is gonna tell us something about the technique.
Well, first we took the meat and we actually put it, we simmer it in like lemon water for a couple of days, and then after that we put the spices, and I had to rub it from behind, from the top, sides. I really handled that meat well. So I felt that bone to
Technique is very important. So this year's we're honoring the Argentinian country with
La
this
parrilla.
chimichurri, La Parrilla Argentina.
Congratulations.
Just salt and pepper. Braised them in big glass. Braised them with Guinness. 3 hours, 200 degrees. And then pulled them off and finished them on the grill here with a special sauce.
Congratulations.
I did exactly what Mark did, but with more salt. That's all I got. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the ribs.
I did a dry rub for a couple days with Aleppo, ancho, and pasilla pepper, cumin, and brown sugar, salt and pepper. And then I did a brine with tomato, onion, garlic, and chicken stock. And then the sauce is with pomegranate syrup, brown sugar,
So I started a dry
sherry
rub
vinegar,
of,
and tomato.
mostly
Thank you.
cayenne pepper and jalapenos. And then balanced it with a sauce of sweet Vidalia onions and bourbon, Jack Daniels, maple syrup, and molasses.
Mine was simple. It was an assorted chili dry rub. They were grilled first, then rubbed, and then they were braised in stout and finished with an espresso glaze.
In ninth place with 487 votes. Points. Walt.
Can you say the number of the platter that goes with it?
Walt was number 6. Number 6. In 8th place, platter number 2 was Blake. 8th place. In 7th place, platter number 4, Maureen. Maureen.
I think it should be stated that Maureen won last year.
I know, it was.
Hanging chest.
In 6th place, chef number 5, Squirt. Squirt. In 4th place, chef number 1, Matt. In 3rd place, chef number 9, Ted. Ted Williams.
Bring up the two possible
Would I
winners.
please have Boyer and Paul step forward, please? Boyer and Paul. Boyer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 8 came in at 5th place. Tom. I'm sorry. I just went from 6th to 4th. So could I have Boyer and Paul? Boyer and Paul.
The repeats from RibOff number 1, by the way.
Following two.
We're doing a blackout now.
What number? Boyer was chef number 3. Paul was chef number 7. In first place. In first place. With 591 votes.
Point. He's an American Idol.
Paul.
Comment from the winner. I just have to say, I couldn't have done this without my wife, Trish. She was my test kitchen, my taste tester, and we did do some tweaking throughout the week. So I'm glad that it came to this conclusion. Thank you.
But I'm just disappointed that the Argentinian rib this year, the former winner who decided to do a different style rib this year, it stood out among all the platters as a yellow rib. And so in all this cacophony of red and brown molasses, brown sugar, bourbon sauces, you saw this one like Jamaican style Latin American rib that just stood in the middle, and I could tell people were like saying, that plate of ribs has subtitles, man. I'm not going to see that movie. And that was best foreign film this year. May the best.